in front of you,
Right.
it's more like, let's go check out a game.
Yeah.
So
And
I think it can only go up from here.
As I said earlier, I was at the Razor Sharks game today. It was a blast.
Good crowd?
Thank you. Great crowd.
Awesome.
Looked like at least 3,000, maybe even more.
Awesome.
They had all these really cool. They have a band that comes out and sits and plays behind one of the baskets.
What band?
I don't know. It's a local high school, I think. But when the opposing team is taking their free throws, they play. It's really cool. And they had this guy, this kid come out. I think he's in high school. He's playing the trumpet in one of the TV timeouts. It was amazing.
That's
really,
awesome.
really good.
Getting the community involved.
They had
needs to
youth
happen.
basketball at halftime. They had youth cheerleaders. They had it was mascot day. They had chubby Spider-Man was there. So Spidey was they had a Spider-Man, but he was a little bit chubby, like kind of looked, like he's been eating too many cheeseburgers up in the Spidey loft. And the funniest part was at one point during the third quarter, he started walking around the courtside seats and handing out autographed pictures of himself. It was very interesting. But yeah.
Spider-Man.
Anyways, our good friends the Sharks, they are home again this Saturday, 1 p.m. at the Blue Cross Arena against the arch rival Buffalo 716ers. $5 tickets. Just check out that. And they are playing Buffalo. The Sharks will try to go to 12-0 on Saturday in their quest, as Jerice Crouch told us, for that undefeated season.
It's looking pretty convincing.
It is looking very
Just
good.
like you said earlier, that made me laugh so hard, the Washington Generals.
Yeah, it's true though. I downloaded the Watch ESPN app, which actually I found out the Razor Sharks games are on that Watch ESPN app.
Oh, okay.
So, because I was watching the Nighthawks on that on Saturday. So, while I was waiting for the Nighthawks game, I tuned into a Globetrotters game. They broadcast their games on ESPN.
I was watching one at work actually the other day, and but they weren't playing the Generals.
The one I was watching, they were playing the Generals.
They were. But I've seen it where they've
always play the Generals.
No, I've seen it where they've played like the something All Stars. I remember when I went to see him in 2000 or 99 or whenever I went to see him. They played against the Western College All Stars or something.
I remember when I saw them as a kid, I was bothered. Because it seemed like some of the rules were bent a little bit.
Yeah,
like, traveling and all that.
The whole kicking the ball off from spinning the fingers to kicking it into the net.
Yeah, you can't really kick it in basketball into the goal.
And just the fact that the Generals guy is like, what the? Oops! It went between my legs. I mean,
but supposedly they do try. Like, supposedly the Generals do actually try every game to beat the Globetrotters. I think they know contractually probably they're not allowed to beat the Globetrotters if it really came down to it. But I think they do actually try.
Well,
because they're also, think about it. These guys are guys that might come from the PBL or the NBA D-League. So these are guys that are going for contracts. They're still in their 20s.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to play as well as they can because maybe next year, instead of doing the whole Globetrotters tour, they want to go to the D-League or something.
And I was reading about the Globetrotters, and actually they have lost legitimately to the Generals before.
One time, right?
I don't remember how many, but I think
it was one time.
They have legitimately
look that
lost.
up while I'm doing these live reads, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so we got to thank some of our sponsors, Rochester Sports and Physical Therapy 2, 125 Red Creek Drive off Calkins Road in Henrietta. I've been going there to rehab my knee. My physical therapist, Katie, love her. She's great. She's been doing this for over 2 decades. All right, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. Give them a visit. Katie and Edna, the PTs, are fantastic. They really, really know what they're doing. So whether you need to rehab from a knee like me or back pain, shoulder problems, sprained ankle, anything like that, give them a call, 334-8090, Rochester Sports and Physical Therapy 2. The best part is you do not even need a prescription from your doctor. Most insurances cover at least 10 visits to a physical therapist for any reason. So guys, give them a call today for your first visit and tell them that you heard them on Sports Mumblings. And, of course, we should thank Mark Sotili's Joey's Place, 936 Portland Avenue. That is our good friend and co-host, Mark Sotili, who is not here again this week. He will be back next week, and he does want you to know, though, that if you mention the show Sports Mumblings, you can get an oil change for just $15.95, which is the best value you will find in Rochester. Guaranteed. I've looked around. I have not been able to find an oil change for less than $15.95. So give him a call at 319-4562. He's open 6 days a week. Exceptional service, serving the community for over half a decade, and the most reasonable prices in all of Rochester. He will service your car, truck, or van, or SUV. So if you're having problems in the snow or whatever, you don't want to get stuck out in the cold, give Mark a call at 319-4562. John, did you find that?
Well, they've lost quite a few times, actually.
Really?
But to the Washington Generals, they've lost to them 4 times in 50 years. So out of 5,983 games, they've lost to the Generals 4 times, but they've lost to many other teams.
Okay.
They've lost legitimately.
I know they played Michigan State one time. I think they beat them, though, right?
Oh, they played lots of college teams. They lost to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's
And then they play like
team.
UCLA, too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one thing I remember watching a couple years ago. They went on a college tour in which they played Michigan State. They lost to them. They beat Syracuse University. But yeah, they've played a lot.
They beat Syracuse, huh?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
But yeah, they've played. They lost to the UTEP Miners. They defeated Michigan State again. UMass. Yeah, they defeated Syracuse 83-70, and
wow,
this was in 2003. So they played a lot of college teams, and they've.
So when's the last time the Generals won, though?
It doesn't say the last time. It just says that they've lost them 4 times in their history.
That 4 times in almost 6,000 games.
Yeah.
But you know what? That does go to show you that they do actually try, which I thought so. I think they do try to win. Maybe they are allowed to win.
Well, one of the things that
maybe they're allowed to win, they just won't.
They have a script that they follow, but they actually, between the acts, do play actual basketball.
Right.
And they do try and win. And then it says, like, for example, when they're playing these college all-star teams, it's a real basketball game, right? Real basketball games.
So real rules that you can't be, kicking the ball and all that.
And it looks like they usually win, but I mean they're close. I mean Syracuse, it was relatively close. UMass 77-68. I mean they're relatively close. I mean UTEP 89-88. They lost to UTEP. So I mean these are.
That must have been a great day at that's Texas, right?
UTEP University,
El Paso, University of Texas, El
Miners,
Paso, right? That would have been really cool to see.
Oh,
we beat the Globetrotters.
Imagine that too. Imagine you're a young college basketball player, 19, 18, maybe 20, and you beat the Harlem Globetrotters.
Right, we beat the Globetrotters. What a thrill.
Doesn't get any better than that.
All right, John, we got to run. Soccer Sam has a message for you about Thursday.
The Lancers are home Thursday, February 19th, 7 p.m. at the BCA. $2 beers until kickoff. Elliot Fauske, the Mohican Warrior is back. The Lancers are home the 19th, 7 p.m. Call 872-KICK, ourlancers.com. Feel the kick, baby.
That's right. Elliot is back. We had him on earlier. He is extremely entertaining. He may do something at halftime on Thursday. I don't want to say
probably going to be good if he does.
He may. We got to thank our home network, rocksportsnetwork.com. Please check out the other shows. There's a brand new show called Matt and Matt on Ice. Matt Winthrop and Matt Stemsinopoulos. Sorry, other Matt, if I get the name wrong. But they do a college hockey podcast now every Wednesday night, and you can listen live to that on rocksportsnetwork.com. Just like you can listen live to us. Our link is on our page on rocksportsnetwork.com. And check out their other shows, Rush Outdoors, 31st Lap, The Big Schmaz, and Upstate Range. And also, thank you to LateNightSportsRadio.com. Please check out their shows, too. We are on their network every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. And also rockpodcast.com. We are on their network, and InLacrosseWeTrust.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors as well, the Rochester Lancers, Salvatore's, Rochester Razor Sharks, Leroy Discount Liquor, Mirage, Joey's Place, Rochester Sports and Physical Therapy, too. And thank you to all you guys for your support. Have a great Rochester
night.
Sports Week.
Stay warm.